Yo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, so I wanted to make this video on something that I hear often, and I've been hearing ever since I was a kid, right? Whenever you go ask somebody about how something is, they tell you that they had a bad time, right? That's so common when you hear somebody say, oh, I either had a good time or I had a bad time, I don't like that place. And it wasn't until the other day, my neighbor, Miss Kathy, asked what we was doing for the weekend coming up, and we told them we was taking the kids on a break, so we was taking them on a trip. And the place that we told her we was going, she said that she heard bad things about it. So when we came inside, like, we really was thinking about it, and I was telling my wife, I was like, it's kind of impossible to have bad times when it comes to somewhere you take your kids. And I'm gonna tell you why. For one, when you take a kid, a child, just as simple as that, to somewhere that's supposed to be entertaining, joyful for them, they not thinking about how the service of the people when they talk to them. They're not thinking about how clean it look inside. They're not thinking about what the bathrooms look like. They not thinking about how the food. When you're doing something for your child and you take them to somewhere for entertainment, whether it's a jump place, a movie, an arcade room, a resort, a water, whatever, a thing, their excitement already is in the car when they pulling up and they see where they going. They don't care about nothing else. So to know we going for them, off rip, we should automatically realize they not about to have a bad time. They not gonna have anything negative to say. I done been in situations where kids will wait in line for an hour to get on a ride. And I'm talking about when they get off, their faces is just, they forgot all about standing in that line. They about to go find them. So kids, let's be honest, kids ain't having a bad time. So that's number one, right? And then we was thinking about it a little bit more. We was like, okay, so obviously it gotta be the adults, right? But then we thought about it, and I was telling my wife, I was like, but I also feel like responses and approaches is what causes people to have bad times. And what I mean by that is, what's wrong, Bubba? You okay? Go ahead, pick it up. Okay, your shoe. But what I mean by that is, we done been in situations where we went somewhere, and let's just say the room, like we went to a place in Arizona, a hotel in Arizona, where the tub had mold in it. I'm talking about the shower had mold in it. The sheets on the bed just looked like they wasn't clean, right? Like, we've been to places like that. We've been to places where there's long lines. We've been to places where, you know, it might be activities for the kids and majority of the toys are broke, like, or whatever the kids are supposed to use at a science museum is not able to use. We done been to places like that. But it's your approach. When we had that situation at the hotel, we could have easily went downstairs on 10, mad. Oh, why y'all sitting us in this room that wasn't... But why? People have bad times because they allow themselves to have bad times. A situation shouldn't change your feeling. If you was happy about planning this trip and now you on a trip, that happiness should never go away. Because let's just be honest, it ain't like, oh, we talking about somebody putting their hands on you or something that's causing it to be where it's a drastic change. No. That's not what we talking about. We talking about somebody going somewhere talking about they had a bad time, and it's like, okay, how? Because when we had that situation inside the hotel, we got compensated for that, and we got moved to another room. They came and took care of it. If my wife has to call to, you know, talk about a situation, we not on the phone going crazy talking to these people, telling them that they should have. If your life ain't perfect, mistakes happen. And to understand that you thinking you're supposed to go somewhere and it's supposed to be perfect, tell me when that happens in your life. When is it perfect? So don't go somewhere expecting for the same kind of people that go through life like we go through life to be able to do. Mistakes gonna happen. The place that we took our kids to, man, listen, I had a blast. I'm talking about, I was a big kid. The rooms had bunk beds separate from our room that had a door on it. The only thing we shared was a bathroom. So we didn't even have to even see them. But it was so fun, and it was crazy because there was a situation where, not even a situation, I asked for the fire pits to be cut on in the back. And I was waiting outside for a minute. It was cold, it was windy. So I went inside, probably after standing like 20 minutes outside. I'm like, okay, but I didn't go upstairs and be like, oh, a guy walked past me who I asked or I talked to about cutting them on. He said, did they cut them on? I was like, I said, they're not on right now, but I was been standing outside. He said, okay, let me check on it. I said, nah, cool. Take your time. Man, we went to a resort. I'm talking about, it's people everywhere. I'm not about to rush this, man. And that's the thing, a lot of y'all feel entitled. A lot of y'all go to places and you think that because you ask for a request, it's supposed to get done just like this. Man, I promise you, there's a lot of people that would never get it. I'm talking about would never understand how truly life works. But whole time about that situation, maintenance was already working on it. I didn't know. It was too windy outside and the fire wasn't catching. So I could have went and had my whole top blown off, going off on these people, not even realizing the whole time they fixing the situation. They're trying to work on the situation. I don't really believe you could have a bad time. I think whatever your purpose was for whatever your purpose was doing for your trip or whatever, that's supposed to always be number one. How you had a bad time? Like, I had to really think about how common it is for you to talk to somebody and you would tell them about something that you about to go, a restaurant you about to go try, or somewhere you about to go, and then they're like, oh, nah, restaurant's cool, I understand. Food could be nasty. You can't get away from that. You can't get away from that. But that's just it. If the service wasn't rude, and even if it was, you could politely say, hey, can I speak to the manager? How you approach and how you respond to things, I promise you'll be so surprised. Me and my wife have been compensated, I'm talking about for a lot of things. We even have rent, furnace finders, and how we left it, and you know, the condition that we keep it in. We take care of people, things, and when we do talk about a situation, it's always handled. Always handled. Our basement got flooded in Virginia. Our basement, I'm talking about, I've never went through that. I'm talking about heavy rain all day. I'm in there with a shop vac. Shout out to my neighbors, because in Virginia, they came through. But I had a shop vac for like 5 hours. I'm just emptying water. The whole basement. I put a video about it. It looked like I was literally standing in a hurricane of water. I hit the tenants up. I let them know, hey, this is not acceptable. You know, I'm down here, y'all out of town. I done used up all y'all towels, all my towels, and I did. That was it. I wasn't tripping on him. I wasn't saying you need to figure it out, or this is nothing. He understood my frustration, because again, we had a newborn. It was, man, he understood it, but I wasn't on the phone going crazy, but I had to really talk to him. You know what the conversation was there for? 2 months free of rent. 2 months free rent. He took care of it. He didn't even have to do that. He could have allowed me just to go through my situation. And see, that's the thing. A lot of y'all say y'all got bad times because y'all responses are wrong. And then when you realize that now you talking to somebody that ain't go for it, now y'all ain't gonna get compensated. So now you really mad. Now you having a bad time. But see, I truly believe how you approach, how you respond, how you listen. I promise you, I'm living proof. I promise you, it goes a long way. And I'm talking about with food, with hotels, with airfare, with whatever the situation is. We waited on a tournament. We waited on the runway for, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, we landed and was on the runway, not pulled off and was waiting for a bait, but on the runway for 2 hours. Because it was icy and they didn't have nothing open. It was one of them kind of days going to Washington. My wife called them the next day, and I'm glad she actually did that. I'm glad she did that. She called them the next day, and her temper was in a whole new mood, because they probably would have got a new, because again, a Noah was like 2 months. No, Noah was like 4 months, 4 or 5 months. He was still and my wife wasn't the person that she is now. She's not. Our wife was straight Duval before. That's Jacksonville, Florida, if you don't know. So she waited the next day and she had a conversation. And if I'm not mistaken, either she waited the next day or she actually texted through the app. I could be wrong. She probably texted through the app. But either way, no profanity, no shouting, no yelling. Man, they compensated all of us on that plane, and we flew with the whole family. They compensated all. I'm telling you, your approach, your demeanor, and see, to know we go through situations like that, really think about this. When we go through situations like that, because they take care of it, I don't have nothing bad to say. I really don't. I'ma really tell you whenever I realize you about to go somewhere, I'm gonna be, hey, listen, they actually cool, man. A situation happened, and I'm talking about literally a situation happened. I ain't telling you what a situation happened, and I'm talking about they took care of it, bro. They actually stand on what they want you to have a good time. They enjoying, and they standing on that. So I actually recommend going there. I can't tell you I had a bad time. I can tell you I've been in places where the food was bad, and that's it. The service wasn't bad. The venue wasn't bad. The environment, it's just the food probably was salty, or it was just not. I've never had a bad time. I promise you, I never. And then if I go somewhere for these little ones, they happiness, I'm good. My purpose was to take them to go have fun. Not complain and nitpick about everything while you sitting down on your phone. That's crazy work to me. Like, that's a whole nother subject. Because I play with mines. When we go to parks, bounce houses, we in movies. I'm a big Disney fan. I know kid movies come out before them. So I'm always up and having fun. So I'm telling you, I don't have a bad time. And when a situation happens, how you approach it, how you address it, how you handle the response from it, because sometimes you might not hear what you want. You might not hear what you want. But to say you had a bad time, or this place was horrible, or this, that's your fault. That's on you. Yeah, you tell him. He telling you that's on you. But listen, again, I'm gonna catch y'all later.